Hi, Mark. Hi. You're muted. Can you hear me? It's the bottom corner on the left.
Testing.
There you go. Perfect. Hi. How are things?
Hi, Paula. Hi. Well, things are. It's very strange, all this, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, we're all living in very uncertain times at the moment, but that's why it's so important to retain a sense of normality as much as you can, such as continuing these sessions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you're right.
Are you still working?
Oh, yes. More than ever, it seems like. I've been just marking digital exam scripts, hosting meetings over Zoom.
Great. Well, it's great you're managing to keep busy.
Yeah, well, I'm happy for the distraction. It's just I'm sick to bloody death of Zoom calls, to be honest. No offense.
No.
Well, I had a rather embarrassing moment the other day, giving a seminar on Renaissance poetry when I accidentally screen shared my last Google search. I think it was something like home mole removal remedies or something equally as mortifying.
Oh, try apple cider vinegar, burns them right off.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I've heard it works. For moles, from friends.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be sure to check it out. Yeah.
Is Joanna joining us today?
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure. We don't really see much of each other these days.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Are you drinking, Mark?
What? No.
Mark, it's 11 a.m.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Joanna! Hi, great you could join us.
Oh, hi! Love the jacket. Yeah, excuse all this. I was hardly a morning person before all this lockdown crap, and now if you get me out of bed before 12, it's an accomplishment.
Yeah, the lockdown measures aren't crap, Joanna. We're staying inside to save lives, protect the NHS.
Oh, save me the lecture, Mark. Listen, I understand why we're doing it, okay? And I do my bit. You know, one piece of exercise per day, if I can be bothered, and I clap out the window every Thursday, but forgive me, I didn't realise it was a crime to admit I'm a bit fucking sick of these four walls. Is that whiskey?
Well, you're the one insisting on locking yourself in your room these days. I can assure you that the couch isn't much fun either. Oh, and yes, it is.
Sorry, has the living situation changed since our last call?
No. Why'd you say that?
Oh, it's just on the last counselling session we had, you two shared the same device.
No, we're still in the same house. It's just that Joanna prefers to stay in a room these days.
It's just easier this way, Paula. The less we can see of each other, the better.
Okay, so I can see that tensions are running really high at the moment, which It's perfectly understandable given that we're obviously in the midst of a global pandemic. But I think what might be helpful is if we cast our minds back to before the lockdown, when you first started these counselling sessions, and remind ourselves of why we're here.
Mark can take that one.
I'd like to hear from you both, please, Joanna.
Oh, well, let me see. It's hard to pinpoint the exact moment our marriage went tits up. But if I had to take it a wild guess, maybe when Mark decided to sleep with one of his 20-something-year-old students? Oh, but I don't know. What do you think, Mark, sweetie?
Give me strength.
Joanna, I understand your hurt and anger towards Mark's betrayal, but in previous sessions, Mark has repeatedly expressed his sincere guilt over the affair.
I think affair is a very strong word.
Oh, you really are the worst. Can you see why I stay upstairs these days, Paula?
Mark, using constructive language, why, from your perspective, did Joanna and yourself seek counselling?
Look, I'll be the first one to throw my hands up and say that sleeping with one of my ex-students probably didn't help our relationship in any way.
No shit.
But let's not pretend we didn't have problems before that, Joanna. You're not so perfect yourself. Let's see, what about the time that Penny had to get a flight home on her own at 10 years old because you forgot to bring her with you to the airport coming back from holiday?
Oh, that was character building.
Or what about the fact that I've had to buy my own birthday presents for the past 8 years because you never seem to remember to?
Well, you were born in December, Mark. It's basically Christmas. Don't be so greedy.
Oh, or, here, you'll like this one, Paula.
I'm not sure I will.
What about the time that you gambled away our entire life savings on a game of fucking blackjack?
Poker.
What?
It was poker. And I nearly made us a fortune, by the way.
Yeah, but instead nearly bankrupted us, you know? I honestly think you are one of the most self-centered, narcissistic, ridiculous people I've met in my whole life. You know, I think you're incapable of thinking about anyone's problems but your own. It's typical, absolutely typical.
Joanna, for the purposes of the counselling session, can you please turn the hairdryer off? Joanna?
Has Mark stopped insulting me yet, or do I need to turn it back on?
Right. Why don't we move on from past annoyances and talk about what life looks like for you both now? Mark was telling me that he's working from home. What about you, Joanna? Are you still able to work?
Well, it turns out there's not much need for events planners now. Events are, illegal. So no, all business is on hold.
Sorry to hear that. How have you found the newfound free time?
Pretty dull, to be honest.
Are you enjoying spending more time with Penny?
Oh, well, I would be if she actually wanted to see me.
Penny's not taken too well to the whole situation. Well, with her not being able to see her friends and the school shutting, you know.
And her being a little brat.
Well, she does take after you, darling.
I'm just thinking, would it be beneficial for Penny to join our session? Perhaps if you're all finding it difficult to communicate at this time, a group call could help resolve some of these tensions.
Yeah. Well, it's worth a shot. I'll send her a text.
So, is it just the three of you home together?
No, Karl's here too.
Karl?
Karl Turner. He's Penny's personal tutor.
Oh, I thought all the school exams had been cancelled.
Yeah, well, with the school shutting, we didn't want Penny getting behind on her exams, so we thought that we could bring in a tutor who could live in with us.
I see. And how's that dynamic working out?
Oh, it's great, yeah. Lovely to have a man around the house.
Yes. Joanna's pretty taken with him. Oh, okay. Yeah. Penny's responded, says she's going to join, so I'll send her the Zoom ID.
Oh, couldn't she just use one of your devices?
Well, that's another thing she has in common with her mother. She's also confined herself to her room. Says she'll use the tablet to join.
Fair enough.
Any chance you could bring me up a coffee, Mark?
Why couldn't you just come down and make it yourself?
Oh, well, I'm not properly dressed yet. Do you want me to risk flashing poor Paula?
Oh, please don't.
Fine. What, milk?
I'll take it black.
Here we go.
3. Just leave it outside the door.
Right. Okay.
Paula, now I have you alone. Can I please get your advice on something?
Yes, of course. What is it?
I've been a bit naughty, Paula. See, I don't know whether or not to tell Mark yet, but... Penny! So nice of you to join us.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Paula.
Hey, Penny, it's been a while.
Yeah, too long, clearly. Things are worse than ever.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. Would you like to talk about it?
Not particularly.
Don't be rude, Penny.
Are you even wearing proper clothes, Mum?
It's lockdown, darling. No one's wearing proper clothes.
We don't see Paula in her pajamas.
No, strictly work clothes.
Is that right?
It's important to retain professional standards, Penny, even virtually.
Stand up, then.
What?
Stand up.
I don't think that's really necessary.
Why not? If you're so professional, prove it.
What I may or may not be wearing is really not the focus of this session. So perhaps if we could move on to
You're wearing pajamas, aren't you? Or worse, you're naked from the waist down.
Penny! Are you, Paula?
No, I am not naked. Now, if you don't mind, can we put an end to this interrogation and return to me asking you questions, as you know I am paid to do?
Well, there's no shame in it, Paula. I actually find nakedness incredibly freeing, especially, when you're working from home.
Oh, for God's sake! Fine. If you must know, I'm wearing these, all right? Okay? Happy now?
Oh, great.
Mark, hi. You're back. Sorry. Sorry. I was just trying to prove a point to your wife and daughter.
Oh, yeah. Well, I won't question your methods.
Oh, did you bring me that coffee, Mark?
Outside your door, wife dearest. You're welcome.
Didn't think to make me one then, Dad.
Why do I seem to be the only person in this house with fucking operational legs?
Right, enough of the sarcasm. Do you see what I have to deal with, Paula?
Yes, I am beginning to.
Oh, it's a bit cold, Mark.
Well, it's you then.
Bloody cheek. Do you see what I have to deal with, Paula?
Okay, so now everybody's here. I'd like to try something with you all to encourage a more healthy and positive living situation. There have been significant changes to everyone's day-to-day lives over the past few months, and as a result of the pre-existing tensions between you, you all have clearly been exacerbated.
Oh, shit.
Penny!
This exercise aims to alleviate stress and hostility you're all currently experiencing and refocuses that energy into positive, supportive language. So I'd like you all to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths in and out. In and out. In and out. in. And out.
Now, what had us holding on at the end there a bit long, Paula?
Sorry. I got a bit distracted. Okay. So moving on. Now that we've all calmed down a bit, I'd like you each, in turn, to say something nice about the other two.
Oh, do I have to?
Yes, you do. In fact, Penny, why don't you start us off?
Okay. Let's see. Well, Dad does a good fry up, to be fair.
Oh yeah, that's true.
When he's not too hungover to make it.
Let's not get into that.
Mum.
Is it really that hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. You are a pretty terrible parent, it has to be said.
Oh, come on, Penny. Just one positive thing about your mum.
Okay, well, I guess you could say she takes a real interest in my studies.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, she's really involved.
Yeah, since when?
Since Karl moved in.
Okay, that's enough.
What are you trying to say, Penny?
Well, why don't you ask Karl yourself? He's in Mum's room after all.
What? Joanna, is that true?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course he's not in my room.
That is his shirt on the bed. And we were supposed to start our German lesson 10 minutes ago and there's still no sign of him.
Right, that's it. I'm coming up there.
No, don't.
Why? You know, you are such a hypocrite. The amount of grief you've given me over sleeping with that student.
She was 21!
Carl's only 25!
Actually, I'm 27. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Karl.
Why are you saying hi to him? Are you all fucking mad?
To be fair, Dad, at least you're both even now. You know, an eye for an eye and all that.
Well, Paula, please tell me you're on my side with this.
To be honest with you, I'm pretty sick of the lot of you.
Well, you can't say that.
We're literally in the middle of a pandemic, a global crisis, and you're all so self-centered that you can't care about anything other than these petty squabbles. I'm sick of it.
I mean, it is kind of true. You're all very angry people.
Oh, you are so fired!
I have been a practicing counsellor for over 10 years now, and never in my career have I had to deal with such a family of twats. I'm sorry. But I've tried with you all, but I can't anymore. I quit.
Paula, I think you're being a bit harsh. Okay, but we're not that...
Joanna, you're literally sitting next to your lover during a marriage counselling session, who also happens to be your daughter's teacher. Can you not see how toxic that is?
Look, it's not ideal, but, you know, at least everything's out in the open now, so...
Joanna, I think we should get a divorce.
Please do.
Please do.
Can you even get one in lockdown?
Well, I don't know, but I'm determined to find out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take this glass of whiskey, finish it, and make myself a fry-up. Do you fancy it, Penny?
Oh, go on then.
Bring me up a plate too then in that case.
Fuck off. Well, I'll see you in a minute, Penny, and I'll see you never, Paula. Unless I ever get remarried, in which case I'll I'll keep your card.
Please don't.
Bye, guys. It's been fun. Guessing German's off today then, Karl?
Yeah, seems like so.
I thought so. See you, Paula. Well done for hanging in this long.
Oh, piss off, all of you.
Oh, I knew she'd break eventually.
I wish you wouldn't bully all our counsellors, darling.
Where'd the fun be in that?
So, what do you want to do now?